Hi, I'm Paris, and mesh networking is now the way to go for any Wi-Fi issues you may be having in your home, whether it's a small apartment with neighbors that have all gone out and bought big beefy routers that overwhelm your Wi-Fi signal, or you're in a large house where the internet works fine in the first floor in the living room, but the signal doesn't quite carry to the second floor far bedroom. Mesh network is 2 or more devices that all talk to each other and make your connection through the modem and out onto the internet wherever you're streaming something, playing something, downloading something. Now, there used to be a Wi-Fi extender that you would use for this if you had a dead spot for Wi-Fi in your house, but this is so much easier to set up because it's already designed to work together. Now, these 3 cool discs I set up and reviewed last year. They're from TP-Link. They're the Deco M5 units, and they worked very well. I really like them. But there's a newer model out, and TP-Link was kind enough to send me the Deco M9, where 2 bigger discs than this actually accomplish the same thing that these 3 do, with more benefits to boot.
EpicReviewGuys.
Thanks to TP-Link for sending me out their newest updated model. And the reason these 2 can do the work of the older 3 is part of it is they have 8 antennas inside. They've also added a number of new features, including what's called a dedicated backhaul, which sounds kind of confusing, but basically it means the 2 mesh points can actually talk to each other at full speed. This 2-pack goes for about $300. You can find out more about it at the link down below this video. Let's see how much bigger these new and improved mesh points are. And one feature I want to make sure that they kept that I really loved on the old units, right here, Ethernet ports. So I have a couple devices that don't have Wi-Fi, but I want to have them on the network, and having that was so handy. Oh, quite a bit bigger. Here they are. Oh yes, this new mesh point has definitely grown up quite a bit bigger, quite a bit heavier, but yay, still has the Ethernet ports. Now, as you can see, the M9 adapter, much bigger than the M5 adapter. You would think, well, it must be more powerful, and it is. This one puts out 2 amps, this one 1.2 amps. You'll notice on these new M9 mesh points, there are not a lot of indicators. There's exactly one. That's a light in the top, and it does different colors, solid or flashy, depending on what kind of message it's trying to send you. Here we've got 2 Gigabit Ethernet ports. There's also a USB port. I think that's still reserved for future uses, and that's where you plug in the power. You can see there's lots of cooling, so this is using more power, going to produce more heat, and it's a more powerful device. Time to download the app. They have it available for both iPhones and Android phones, and then see how easy it is to actually set this up. I'm going to head back to where the modem is in the far back corner of the house, which is why in this corner of the house we have issues with Wi-Fi, and get started. First step is to power off the modem. Next is to plug in the first mesh point and then turn power on to both the modem and the mesh point. Doesn't matter which of the Ethernet ports you use. Wait till you get the green light on your modem. Modem is ready to go, and the mesh point is now flashing blue. So ready for the next step. And yes, it's flashing blue. Where is it located? Chose bedroom. Now you're going to give your Wi-Fi network a name and supply a password, and it will do the rest of the setup. Okay. Now that's most of the work right there. I just need to set up the second mesh point. So here we go. Time to find a suitable spot. This will usually be about halfway or so between where you have your initial mesh point or your router and where you're having the problems, the far corner where you don't get much signal. You don't usually put the device all the way in that far corner. You put it about halfway between. Do have a 1-story home. Here I am on the other side of the house. I've got the other Deco mesh unit plugged in, and it is flashing blue, so it's back to the app. That was easy. Whoa, 8 devices. Well, I used the same network name that I was using before, so everything just jumped right onto the new network. And when the light turns green on the second unit, everything's good to go. The network is all set up. Took about 5 minutes. And so long as you use the same name for the Wi-Fi and the same password, your old devices will jump right on. I haven't had to set up anything manually, and it says we've got 11 network devices connected. And when everyone else gets home, there'll be more. The Deco M9 system comes with a full system antivirus. Basically, it will monitor data coming through the mesh points before they even get to your devices, so you don't have to install the antivirus on the computer or on the phone. And there are parental controls. For this, you have to set up users, and then you can put particular devices with particular users, and then put restrictions on those users so that whatever device they're on, they're by age, they can only go to certain websites, the internet turns off at 11 p.m., certain things like that. And automation support. All of the mesh units support Bluetooth as well as Zigbee. So if you have light bulbs around that you can control the color, have them turn on or off at different times, smart home devices like that, that will work from these mesh units. If you want to go beyond the 5-minute setup, there are advanced settings. You can get in there and control. You can turn those LED lights off, I think, in case they're in your bedroom, so you don't want to have those bothering you. And let's do a speed test. I'm paying for 200 down and 10 up. And not bad, that's full speed. That's actually 10% over what I'm paying for download and upload. Thanks, Spectrum. So that was easy to set up, only took a few minutes, and you don't need any technical knowledge other than being able to download an app onto your smartphone, and you can pretty easily fix Wi-Fi dead spot issues you have in a home up to 5 bedrooms and 4,500 square feet in size. And the home care feature they offer is really nice. It's 3 years worth of service for the parental controls and the antivirus. So if you put individual antivirus programs on the different computers in your house, on the phones, on whatever devices will work with them, this can save you money over paying for all those licenses. Plus it protects every device in your home, including some that may be vulnerable, but there's no way to install an antivirus on them. And what's really important lately is getting a new router. You've probably seen in the news that millions of routers in the US, they think, especially the older ones, have been hacked and can be used in denial of service attacks and other things you probably don't want to be a part of. So it's a good time if you have a 10-year-old router, maybe even a 5-year-old router if they're no longer releasing firmware updates for it, to go and get a new router. Now, if you get a mesh system, you'll not only take care of that concern, you can bring joy to all members of the home who'll be able to access the internet from everywhere. Again, this system goes for about $300. Thanks again to TP-Link for sending me one to try out. You can find out more about it at the link down below this video, and I'll see you on the next review. Epic